This whole process is very logical. When we sit here and it all seems pretty obvious, when you get away from it,
Yep.
If you're struggling, what do you do to actually overcome the difficulties?
Sure, there's two things perhaps I'll say in response to that. The first one is, I guess there's some people who are just never going to have the time or energy to commit what is required to make this work. That's no slight on them. I think that's just the reality of the world that we live in, and we're very busy, and we realise, geez, okay, there's a lot more work involved in this than I thought. That's why there are so many companies out there that offer recommendations and newsletter services, because they take a lot of that work from you. And even if it's not something you're going to use forever, they can be a good starting point, because they do all their commentary analysis, and you get a feel for the way other people are looking at stocks. It may not be the right way or the wrong way, it's just another approach. So they, can be, certainly for those who are time poor, can be a very good way of doing that. The other thing, and you mentioned a key word which triggered this thought in my mind, that was implementation. Now, I just recently watched a very really high-end marketing DVD about this very particular topic you were talking about. And this person said there was a study done about all the very successful people and those who get high sales and commission-orientated people, and they tried to model these people and what made them so successful. And they said one of the things that stood apart in all of them was speed of implementation. So as soon as they heard a good idea, they quickly assessed it, realised this is something that can really help me. The speed in which they implemented that idea was just like that. And he said that set them apart from the majority. And I think we can apply that to trading because, and I appreciate your comments about being logical and making a lot of sense, but some of the things where I'm talking about today, you've heard it before. Cutting losses isn't a new concept. It's an important concept, but nothing new. We may not be doing it or doing it very well, but if you hear about an idea from me today, the successful people will implement that idea and they'll do it really, really quickly. Because the longer we go on, it leaves our mind and then we just forget about it until we go to the next workshop 6 months later and someone mentions it again. Oh, you really should cut losses this way. Oh, well, I might. Oh, no, forgot about it. So one thing I found, and as I said, it was good you mentioned the word implementation, was the successful people had this speed of implementation. The way in which they took that idea and implemented it was just, bang, they made the change straight away. After conducting an assessment of that idea, but they made it happen straight away. Dave?
Yeah. Just to add on to that as well, I know, like I told you, one of my goals at the start of the seminar was to make sure that you got what it was that you needed to take your trading to the next level. So as part of, I think one of the bonuses I had mentioned was to do with getting a trading plan blueprint. And to a certain extent, when designing a trading system, there are these steps that you go through. Sure, we're talking about all these different topics and expanding upon them and things like that. But it's very simple, doing the self-assessment, then figuring out, well, what instrument am I going to trade? What time frame am I going to trade? Then look at entry. There are these components that make up this trading plan, and as one of the bonuses that you'll be getting will be that trading plan blueprint. So hopefully if you worked through that and you had something in your hand, and part of it as well is back testing. So once you've done the back testing, you'll get the confidence to go, okay, well, this thing that I've written down actually will produce the type of results that I'm looking to get as well. And I think hopefully with that might give you the confidence to be able to follow through.
Good, thank you. Anything else? Bearing in mind this session hasn't finished yet, we've still got a lot more to talk about on the method and specific entry signals, which I know you're eager to hear about.